Two mega powers meeting here tonight.
The mega powers, brother.
The mega, yeah, the mega, yeah, the mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah.
So it's your boy Scandus, the hip hop original, and I am one half of the Mega Powers TV with my boy DJ Magic J. I got a special guest co-host today, coming back for the second time, the one and only Sire. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here. Let's wrap up the year. Let's talk wrestling.
Yeah, man. We got another returnee, the one and only Mekz himself, the WrestleManiac, in the house.
What's
How you
up,
doing,
man?
bro? I'm
good. Good to be back. Good to be back on my Wresthings-ish.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Wresthings, we've got one of the founding members, the one and only Anarfi, joining us for the very first time. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a pleasure, man. Obviously, we've seen you guys around. Finally, we met up, like I say, last month in the flesh. And I was like, yeah, nice. It's nice to see you guys out. Nice to see another new podcast as well. Yeah, you might keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah, man. We're little bro out here, man. We're just on the
No.
We're hustling.
No.
Bros, man.
We're not little bros. We're all in this together. We're all working out, man. We're all trying to make things work, man. Because like we've only got ourselves in it. Do you know what I mean? We just have to boost each other up and support each other where we can in it. So that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, man. So the way we officially kick these ones off, bro, everybody's got to join us. We got to jump in with the official Mega Powers handshake, bro. So let's everybody get it in.
I don't know the angles in my head.
Yeah, that's the one, bro. Nice, man. So Anarfi, man, since you're new to our format, bro, the question we always ask at the start, man, is how did you find your way into wrestling? Where did it begin for you?
It began with my dad. My dad used to basically record a bunch of stuff on VHS, a bunch of video cassettes on VHS, pay-per-views on VHS. And I ended up finding them. So I grew up with the times where we had Mega Powers, Papa Shango, Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, and so on and so forth. And I don't know if you guys remember the time when you had cable back in the day in the UK, and on Cartoon Network after like 6 p.m. it turns to TNT and you'll watch WCW. So I found that.
Yes.
And at the same time, I think we also had cables, or we also had Sky Sports. So I ended up finding Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, even SmackDown used to come on Sky One back in the day, and that's how I kind of got into it. And also just trading tapes with people. I was a tape trader. I had a friend called Charlie. He used to be like, "Yo, Backlash is this Sunday. Do you want me to tape it for you, mate?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." So he taped for me, and and I just got into like that, and yeah, it just all started off with my dad. Man, my dad was the guy that was just like, used to watch it. And I used to sit down with him and watch it with him, and I just fell in love.
Man, so that sounds kind of like the late 90s, man. So you got in at the Attitude Era, basically.
No, I got in. Do you know it's crazy because I didn't really know there was an Attitude Era because I was watching old tapes. I was watching Superstars and WrestleMania 9 on repeat and WrestleMania 8 as well. My dad recorded them, so I just kept on watching it because I didn't know these stuff existed until when I got older. My older brother put on Cartoon Network and we saw that, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But it's like I feel like I've got more of an attachment to the early 90s, like the golden age, rather than Attitude Era. Attitude Era was cool, but 90s is where I proper enjoyed. It's nostalgia for me, isn't it?
Yeah. So what was it about the early 90s, man? Because I mean, I find even when I watch it back, man, everything feels so much slower, like, and more methodical.
It's the colors. One of the colors, the type of wrestlers that we had. Hulk Hogan, of course, Bret Hart. It's like it just everything felt fun. Everyone was more beefier. Obviously you get that odd, like obviously you watch a match, obviously all of it is all sports entertainment, but you get that odd bang of a match where you're like, oh my gosh, that was a great match. Like for example, like a Macho Man versus Ultimate Warrior, or even a Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart, and you're like, oh shit, that's a sick match. And obviously at the time when you're young, you're like, you couldn't really comprehend how great that match was until you get older and stuff. So it was basically that, really, man, and just stuck in me, in it. And obviously find out the WCW as well. WCW really blew me away because I didn't because obviously when I tuned in, I didn't see when Hulk Hogan moved over to WCW. I wasn't really out there for that. So when I tuned on WCW and I see Hulk Hogan there, I was like, wait, what the fuck? And he's got a black beard and he's in the NWO gear, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is something else. So I just tuned in from there, and things took over.
Man, so who would you say was like your favorite wrestler growing up, man? Who was the person you gravitated?
I don't think I can ask this question no more, bro.
No more.
I can't ask this question no more.
But you said growing up. That's different to
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean?
I mean, people still cook me for this, innit? But when I was young, my favorite wrestler was Hulk Hogan. I proper loved Hulk Hogan. As time went on and as I've gone older now, I can actually say my favorite wrestler was Bret Hart. Bret Hart is my guy. That's my guy. He is like, because obviously after Golden Age, you had the new generation of Bret Hart, 1, 2, 3 Kid, was of Kevin Nash, Kevin Diesel, sorry, Shawn Michaels. So out of that, the person that stuck out for me was Bret Hart.
Right, man. And were there any particular matches like that really stood out to you, or you would quote was like your favorite match from that time?
Yeah, like I said, Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper. Everyone will tell you, like, even for Wrestling's House with Wrestling's House, and I played that as one of the videos that people should watch, one of the matches that people should watch. So that was my favorite match, yeah, from young, I'd say.
Right. And what would you say is the reason behind that? Because that was like the mid card, bro. That's
Reason behind that is because it was a different match from anything I saw at that time. It was more technical. You had blood in the match, so the blood really stuck out for me. I never saw blood until that point there.
Right.
I saw blood there. I was also at WrestleMania 8, which was a great spectacle as well. And yeah, both of them just pulled out in the ring, man. They just went all out, man. It's a crazy match.
Yeah. Wow, man. So obviously, I mean, as we grow up in that, you know, obviously into adulthood and that, and a lot of people would say like being a wrestling fan is for when you're a kid, man. At what point did wrestling become at what point did wrestling become more than just like, I don't know, a hobby until something you want to get more involved in?
I knew, I think involvement, I think it just happened. I never thought, oh, I want to get involved in this. But I feel like it just happened. Wrestling's always been there, part of my life. I always remember that story. My secondary school friends will tell you, I was in year 8 and I was bringing wrestling toys in my backpack.
Wow.
I had wrestling figures in my backpack. Do you know Jack specific ones? Not the Matter ones they've got now, the Jack specific, Rock, Benoit, Triple H. I had them all in my backpack and I used to take them to secondary school with me. And people all was like, no, why have you got these toys in your bag? I was like, well, I just want to play them. So it's like I've always had it with me, innit? But me getting involved, I feel like it just happened. Like I didn't get into podcasting or even content creating thinking, oh, do you know what? I want to do this and hopefully get onto WWE one day. It's just, you know, because I love talking, because I love wrestling, why not talk about it? Why not create content around it? I've always done a thing where it's like, if I enjoy something, I'll make content around it. For example, football. I enjoyed football, so I made a YouTube channel back in the day. You know, film. I'd done a film podcast, but it didn't really come out. It was shit. So we left that in the dirt. Now wrestling, I love wrestling, so you know we've linked up with the best. I say the best people in the UK, and you know these guys are my brothers at the end of the day, and I just love talking to them about the sport in general. So you know wherever this thing takes us, it takes us, innit?
Yeah, that's amazing, man. So tell us about the origins of Wresthings and where did the idea come from?
The origins. So basically, back in the day, me and Del and Sam went to university together. Went to the University of Portsmouth, and me and Del were more closer, but we all used to always like catch up on like you know wrestling together. We watch WrestleMania at my house. If there's a new game, like for example, like a 2K14, we'll bang that at my house. And yeah, it just was just like that. So obviously after uni, we still stayed in touch, became best of friends. We started a group chat literally, I'll say in 2017 called Wresthings. Just wrestling and things merged, put together. And it was on Instagram. And it was me, Del, and my guy Kid Bracer. We used to throw memes in there. Like, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? This is funny. That's funny. This was funny. So 2018 happened, and I messaged Del. I was like, yo, Del, I think we should start a podcast, bro. And obviously called upon Sam and called upon our guy Versi, who also used to pass in and out about uni, and we just said, you know what, let's do this, man. And after we recorded our first 5 episodes with no visuals, just audio, then the fifth video we brought in the cameras, and that's when everything changed.
Okay.
Everyone saw there was a face to these voices, and we were like, right, there's actually man them talking about wrestling. So yeah, that's how it happened.
Man. And at the time, did you think what you was doing was like groundbreaking in any way? Like, Because obviously,
No.
I've seen any of the man them just chatting about wrestling before, like on YouTube or anything like that.
No, I didn't really think it. I didn't think it was groundbreaking because at the time, the only podcast I knew that did wrestling, that talked about wrestling, was JR's podcast. JR, the podcast. I think he's still running now, but I forgot the name. I ain't listened to it in time. So
Ross Report.
Grilling
was that
The Ross
Say again?
Report.
Oh,
the Ross Report? I think it's the Ross Report. Yeah, I just listen to that every now and then. But I never really like looked and be like, oh, this is gonna be groundbreaking. It's gonna take off because at the time I can't lie, I had a lot of stuff going on anyway, so I just done it as like a hobby thing. Like the thing was like, you know, I'm just doing it because I like watching. I like watching wrestling. I watch wrestling. I might as well talk about it. So it wasn't like a thing where I was like, yeah, this is gonna take off. It was only when we started to like people started to message us and be like, yo, this is sick. And I was like, okay, cool. And then Kenny All-Star came on. And I was like, wait, what? Then Logan Summer came on. And after like we're getting restless message, I said, oh, can I come to your podcast? And I was like, oh my, okay, cool. This is something then. So yeah, that's how it all came up. And after I think Skillet was the one that shocked me because I found out about Kick Out podcast when I started the podcast thing. And after I knew about Skillet time ago. So Skillet had a song called Skeen that was on Channel U.
Yeah.
So I was bagging that song all the way in secondary school. So when I found out they had a wrestling podcast with DJ Ace, I was like, oh shit, that's something. So I've messaged Skillet and I'm like, yo, Skillet, yo, bro, I'm new to this thing. I just started the wrestling podcast, blah, blah, blah. Check us out. And he just literally followed us straight away and goes, this is sick. I was like, oh shit, it's a Skillet, you know? It's crazy, man. So one thing led to another, and now we've got this big community. I'm happy to meet people like Mekz. Mekz, I don't think you understand how this guy has impacted my content creator life. He's literally like, we're like Dudley boys in this thing, fam. So he'll handle something, we'll handle it. It's like everyone bounce off each other. It's like a great addition to the podcast. So yeah, man, it's all making sense, man.
Wow. So I'm guessing, has anybody in the crew got like a music background? How did you manage to get people like Kenny All Stars and Logan Summer on your podcast?
There was a musician. So we had a friend, I think Chris the Capo, our guy Chris the Capo kind of like retweeted on his timeline, and Kenny also saw it from there. Logan Sama came about because I think Versi saw him at a rave or something and was like, yo, bro, we're trying to message you online. This is what we're doing. And he goes, oh, cool, I'll follow you guys. And after the next thing, I was like, yo, I want to come on. So it all happened one after the other, innit? So, yeah. But there was a musician in the group chat. Yeah, I'm not in the group. He knows, like, yeah, he knows a lot of people in the scene.
Right. Okay. So so obviously you got Mekz on board, and you're saying that Mekz helped you guys get to another level. So at what point did you see, like, obviously the words getting out there, you guys are building a bigger following and things started moving for you, man? At what point do you reckon that happened?
I don't really know, you know. I can't.
I think it's probably got to be the Will Ospreay
yeah,
interview.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Ospreay and Gabe. I think that's when things kind of took off and people were like, oh shit, you guys are blown. And that's like, for me at the time, I was like, yo, this is great. This is amazing. This is good for us. But I didn't realize how much of an impact it's done on others, isn't it?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like how other people looked at us and took us in like that. But I think to this day, that's still one of my favorite podcasts we've ever done.
Yeah,
I'll say.
So did Ospreay come into or was it on Zoom, the Ospreay interview?
No, we met him in person, bro. He came to us. Yeah,
nice.
he came to us. Yeah, he came to us. This is when was at Pirate Studios. I wish he came to us when was at what do you call it, at this new studio, No Stars, isn't it? Big up No Stars, as it was at No Stars, because he needed that angle. He needed the camera angle.
He'll come again.
Yeah, he'll come again for sure. Now we know, like back in the day, we used to call it interrogation room, CCTV room, but now it's like we've got everything straight on and that. So yeah, man, thank God for progression.
Man, so I mean, before we go on more about the podcast, man, what was the experience like for you watching wrestling live for the first time?
My first live event, I went to a Rev Pro show in 229, and when I went, I wasn't really fond of the UK scene like that. So when I went in there, I was like, oh, okay, the ring is bare close. That's something I said to them. I said, no, why is the ring bare close, fam? They're not gonna hit us, bro. But when I was watching, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy, fam. And I think what made me see things different is when I went to because after that Rev Pro show, I went to WWE SmackDown. I went to a live SmackDown show, and I was so blown away. I was blown. I was like, this is crazy, fam. Like literally, I can literally touch these wrestlers, bro. That's how crazy. We're breathing the same air, man. When I saw Roman Reigns come out, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston was a champion at the time, so I was proper proud. Like it was good, man. It was proper good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the first time I went to the show, I was blown away, and I was like, I need to see more. You get like an itch, I'll say. Like we've got an itch for Mania. We want to go Mania every year. That's how crazy it is. So yeah, man.
So have you guys been? So you got, what was your first experience of going to Mania then? Is it emotional?
Words can't
Was
describe.
that shit?
Huh?
Say, was that shit? Yeah.
Bro,
Nah.
words can't describe, bro. Like when you walk into the venue, when you walk into the stadium, yeah, and you look right in front of you, and you see the Mania logo, you see the whole spectacle, brother. It's words can't
Which one was your first Mania?
this year, 39, LA. Yeah, people like someone was crying behind us, bro. She was walking in behind me, she was crying. She was literally in tears of joy, like just like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like it's crazy, man.
I think I had the same feeling when I walked into WrestleMania 33. It's like this wave of emotion just hits you unexpectedly. Like,
bro,
this is like the way they set up everything. It almost felt like you entered a different planet. Like,
yeah.
It's overwhelming. This is something you've obviously watched as a child, since a child, in most cases, and now you're like actually gonna become an active part of it for the next 7 hours or however long it is. but like, yeah, it's just you literally like walking into a different realm altogether.
Right. Okay. So what would you say was that a personal highlight for you, bro? Going to WrestleMania this year.
Anarfi. I think just meeting everyone in it. So like going to Wale Mania, meeting a lot of the content creators out there, journalists out there, seeing all the wrestlers. We were chilling. We were chilling with Idris Anarfi from NXT. Saw Rob Van Dam, saw Samoa Joe. Like you name it, we saw everyone there. Jade Cargill. Then also just going to these places and people saying, "Oh my gosh, Wresthings, you're here." And people knowing us, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like our hard work is actually paying off now. The stuff we're doing in the UK is actually showing up, because the fact that people know us overseas that's mental, man. So
right,
and also stepping into Mania as well. Mania it felt like Christmas, fam. I can't explain. It felt like Christmas, like the lead up to it, the getting on the flight, the 11-hour flight there, getting off the flight, going into our Airbnb, going out straight away. The next day, we're like, cool, we're gonna watch Ring of Honor. It felt like a weekender, like what's the bit? I can't even give it a best. I can't even explain. A festival. Yeah, like a wireless.
Christmas is a good analogy. A lot of people say like WrestleMania is our Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Man, Raw's like Boxing Day, some shit. You know what I mean? It's sick.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it, man. So the plan is to go back for WrestleMania 40. You're saying, yeah, with the whole team.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
trying to do it. Yeah, trying to be there.
Yeah, that's if God permits us, isn't it? Actually, God's gonna permit us regardless, but that's if WWE permit us, bro. They need to take down the prices, man.
God, putting a lot of pressure on God.
Man. They need to take down the prices, bro. Like, even wanted to go to Berlin, bash in Berlin, but the price of that is even crazy. I'm seeing €700. That's scary, bro.
But just
yeah, bro, €700, and the arena is not even that big, bro. Like €700.
I looked at All Out. I think I messaged Scandus about this as well. I looked at All Out tickets, pretty close.
Well, all in or all out?
All in.
All in Chicago. Yeah, all in, which was like a month away, which was fairly close. Yeah, just behind like not the stand, not the floor seats, but just above it, right? Just 200 quid, right? To go to WrestleMania, I saw, which is months away, is about fucking £450 for up in fucking Jupiter. You get me? So I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I said to Scandus straight there, fuck WrestleMania, I'm going to All In. Next time I get an opportunity, I'm going there.
No, do you know what it is? I hear it, man. Like, I think that we got lucky, because the first time we went to Mania this year was I entered the pre-sale, and I got my ticket for 2 nights for £80. Was it £60? Sorry, 2 nights for £60. So that was cheap for both nights. But this time when I go check both nights, it's £700. I'm like, how did we go from £60 to £700, bro?
Whoa.
That is crazy, fam. Like you couldn't even get through to the website on the day when the tickets dropped, man. I was so gutted,
You
man.
can't, you can't do it in the UK. It's always a hack. You got to get someone that's overseas.
VPN,
Yeah.
We'll get VPN, man. But I do feel like the SoFi Stadium was much. I don't know. I can't. I'm speaking. I'm thinking it might be much bigger than this stadium that they're gonna be in it. So
yeah. Wow.
That's what we do. Like tickets are expensive.
That's crazy, bro. Man, but once you've got the itch now and you've gone, it's kind of like, you can't just let it, you know what I mean? 40 is going to be the big one. It's kind of like, it's a must to be there, but £700 for a seat is just wild, man.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm just upset the Rock didn't come out, bro.
Yeah?
All of us waited in the end, bro.
Oh, man.
All of us waited for the Rock to come out. The Rock didn't turn up.
And then he shows up on a random SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So in regards of Wresthings, man, the way you guys like vibe in your podcast, man, is it what would you say is the key thing that separates you from like all other podcasts when it comes to wrestling, man? Because it's a very refreshing take on things.
I think we're just us, man, and we're fans before everything. We're fans before everything, and we're not trying to come politically correct and try and get things right all the time. We can make mistakes. Like we're not in the business like that. You know what I mean? We're not like Wrestling Observer or all these other places. Like we're just ourselves. We're just trying to be fans out here, man. That just loves wrestling. That's why we're passionate about it. That's why you get heated debates and like funny moments and stuff. So that's it really, man. And I feel like that's what's making people gravitate towards us the most. Because people are just seeing realness in it rather than be like, hey, tickets. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to just be ourselves and just talk facts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I ask, has it been a bit more like personally just like more fun to be a wrestling fan, to have a dedicated time every single week just to like shoot it with your friend and talk about WWE and AEW and different indie, like you don't get to talk about it in all your circles all the time, but you've got a dedicated slot where you can actually talk wrestling.
I feel like we talk about wrestling every day. We got a Discord with like lots of members in there, and every day there's something in there. Every day there's something in there. Whether it be like AEW, WWE, even sometimes music, we talk about everything. But I think I'm more grateful for the fact that every week I'm able to link up with the man them and not even just talk about wrestling, but just talk about life in general. Check up on ourselves, see what we got all coming up. If Dell's got a show, if Mekz has got something coming up, if NK's got something coming up, Sam's got something coming up, we're all just speaking amongst and just chilling. Like it's like a brotherhood at the end of the day, innit? You know what I mean? So yeah.
So you're saying that you guys are on Discord, man. So where did that start, and what drove you to want to obviously utilize that platform?
So we've got like a members subscription that people pay monthly for. You get like a whole heap of things. So you get like early uploads, so you can watch the podcast early, our content early. And one of the things in that is you basically get a chance to join our Discord where you can speak to us personally, get into like the latest gossip, just chat amongst other wrestling fans that basically think alike and stuff. So that's what it's about. And from there you can literally grow a big community. You can literally grow a community. I've seen a lot of people have Discords. I've seen gamers have Discord. I've seen artists have Discord where artists are dropping their latest leaks in there and just people are just like picking up from there. So we thought, why not try it and see how it takes us? And it's worked out. It's doing well. It's fun.
Yeah. And so how long would you say it takes to build that up, that platform?
It's kind of hard to say how long it takes. Obviously, we had like other places will speak to our fans and communities, Twitter predominantly. But I think, I think it was earlier this year, we just kind of said, we'll make the commitment. We already had people that were kind enough to send us donations via coffee, and if we're on live, super chats and things of that nature. So, just from if we could get like regular members, and it's almost just like a I guess it's the next evolution of Wresthings and kind of moving it to just a bit formally as a business. Then you just know if people are happy to make donations, even if it's small, they pay their subscription, and you just know how much money is coming in each month, which all we're doing with it at the minute is reinvesting into the podcast, using it for studio, using it to book other studios to shoot other content in. So yeah, it takes a while, but obviously if you know your community are everything, otherwise you're just posting videos, you know, to whom, you see what I mean? It's just like to the internet, to the world. And so it's a community that just this is their channel. You see what I mean? They're basically running the channel, keeping the channel alive. So yeah, it took us a while, but yeah, we've got a really good bunch and always growing.
And so you mentioned like the evolution of Wresthings, man. Obviously, as we start to look forward to 2024, what would you say is like the plan or the strategy for going forward and continuing to grow?
Again, I would say it's probably more of the videos. Anarfi is a videographer, an incredible videographer. I think that's one of the strengths of our group, that you know a lot of people are podcasters and stuff, but they don't have some of these people. We've got, you know, graphic designer in Laps. And Nafi's even dipped his hand into graphic design now. Videography, you know, we're all kind of sitting under this tree sort of thing. So what we really want to make, which kind of works with Anarfi skills especially, is kind of just more content around wrestling outside of the podcast. So you've seen things like tier ranking on our channel, you've seen things like Break It
Wrestling's
Down,
House.
Wresthings House, Whose Song Is It, just other kind of series and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we did really well with kind of kicking off that idea as of early this year. Went to WrestleMania, and you know, just some things happened in terms of logistically for where we usually shoot and things like that. So it was kind of a knockback to some of those plans, but you know, it's time to kind of get back on the horse and get back on those plans. And yeah, we've got some things already scheduled for the new year. So yeah.
Oh, amazing, man. So these plans, we're not revealing those plans just yet, but we're gonna see.
Subscribe to Wresthings, man. You'll see them all
Yeah.
there.
You did say it in a menacing way, like, yeah, we're about that, we're coming out. You get me?
I love that, man. That's
Yeah.
incredible, man. So the other day, me and Magic J came down to Hustle Wrestling, and we were surprised to see the obviously Wresthings guys come out like Wu-Tang Clan, just run around the ring, running the ropes, like tearing it up, man. How did you guys go from podcasts to like storming wrestling rings?
So big up our guy Sid. He basically it's like, you know, he listened to a podcast years ago, and he was like, "Oh, I heard you guys say that you want to do commentary, like, or you guys want to be involved in a wrestling show. I want to know how it goes behind the scenes." I was like, "Yeah," and he just said, "Bro, you guys are new commentators in." And obviously, our first couple shows, can't lie, you don't want to listen back to the commentary then. And as you know, we've done it more and more. We've got more confident. Like, I remember I used to come down the stairs or walk through the curtain, and after my lip will be quivering. That's how nervous I was, bro.
Wow.
Like, I think there's even times where like I froze, like the time when I was doing the intro and I froze, and I was like, shit. And you got waiting for me to continue. And it's like, with time and stuff, like, it's allowed us to, like, you know, perfect certain things and become more naturals at it, and it's bare fun. It's bare fun, bro. Like, words can't describe how fun it is, man, just to turn up to a show. I think personally speaking, I think Hustle's one of the best shows in the UK. And us being a part of it, it's just, you know, it just makes things even better, in it. That we're also a part of it, and we're also able to like add to the hype and the vibe of it. So yeah.
No, it's definitely a lot of fun, man, going to that show. And you guys definitely brought the vibes, man. Yeah, it was wicked. It was wicked. So does anybody in the Wresthings team have any aspirations of like getting in between the ropes and maybe taking a bump or hitting a suplex or something?
Dell is definitely wants to definitely get into wrestling. I spoke to Mekz. I think Mekz, when did we speak? Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday you were talking about, innit?
Yeah, Saturday I was talking about, I'm gonna start wrestling training soon. Probably next year. So I'll see how far that's. I'm not gonna get into matches. There's not gonna be no matches. I just want to do the training and see how things go. And if one day they're like, cool, lad, I think you're ready for the ring, then you might have to come support me in it. So yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm-
We're gonna
I'm here
come and
for
do a tag team match, bro. Me and Scan do
Yes. Let's do it, man. Let's do it, brother.
the title.
So would that be training with Hustle Wrestling or?
Yeah, so be with Hustle Wrestling. I wouldn't know where else, to be honest. Actually, I know other places, but I feel like Hustle Wrestling have got like great testimonies of stars that they've worked with and built up. Like, for example, Pretty Deadly. Look at Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly came from Hustle.
Really?
Yeah, Pretty Deadly came from Hustle, man. Like, even I think when they came over to,
and not that long ago either.
Yeah, not that long ago. Yeah, it's literally like 2 years, isn't it? 2 years ago.
Yeah,
think so.
something like 2-3 years ago they were there. Yeah.
So
Hustle,
can you see the star power in them from then?
Yeah, I saw, do you know, because I saw them from NXT UK, so I didn't really see them in Hustle like that. Obviously, Hustle at the time was still running shows in Enfield and stuff, but I didn't really, obviously, wasn't there like that. And by then, we didn't really know Sid like that. But it's only when I see them in NXT UK, and I'm like, oh shit, these men are different, fam. These men have got some sort of like charisma to them, innit? And the way they literally take over the show. I remember there was a time where they were on commentary, you know, just go to the commentary box and just chat to is it Nigel McGuinness and what's the other guy called again? Andy Shepherd.
Yeah,
and that's when I was like, okay, cool. These men have got something about them, and it's only when we proper started talking to Sid, and he was like, "Yo, these men trained me. I train these guys." I was like, "Oh shit, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Wow, it's big, man." So yeah, I'll see how things go. I've been told that wrestling training needs a lot of cardio. I can't lie. Mekz told you, my cardio stamina it goes like I need to build it up, man. I definitely need to build up again. So yeah.
Well, so what are we looking at? Late 2024, yeah.
I believe if I stay on it, I believe I can get my stamina back, say within a month. If I'm being honest, if I'm on it,
month?
like yeah, bro, a month, bro. I can increase my stamina within a month. I believe I can increase it. Not say get fully.
It can't be that if you can rectify this. It can't be that bad if it's a rectifiable situation.
Not fully, but I can basically increase it within a month. I believe so.
Okay.
If I'm on it every day, if I'm training at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
But definitely get that back.
Okay, that's big, man. That's big, man.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with
Scandoos, the hip hop original,
and we are the Mega Powers TV.
and what we're giving you is exclusive pro wrestling content. You get interviews, you get podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things.
So just remember, peoples, like, comment, share, subscribe to your friends, your family,
Your enemies.
and your loved ones. So just remember, we are the Mega Powers podcast TV, and we do everything else wrestling. The Mega Powers.
2 mega powers meeting here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.
The mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah.